great this week. So this week I thought it would be fun to make a weaved magic card. And we used to play around with papers and do origami growing up. And I remembered this one piece of paper we would weave, and it made me think, I wonder if I can do something to make this into a card. So this is what I came up with. And here's a template of the one we're going to do today. I changed this one up just a little bit, but I didn't put all the decorations on it. But this is the one we're going to be creating today. So let's go ahead and get the measurements so we can get started making this card. Our first piece of paper, cardstock, that we're going to need measures 10.5 by 6. You'll need one piece of that. Then our next piece, 2 pieces you'll need, and they measure 2.25 by 6. You'll need 2 of those. And then you're going to need 4 pieces of these cardstock, whatever color you'd like, and it measures 2.25 by 5 3/4. And then we're going to need 8 pieces of cardstock that measure 2.25 by 1.25. And I'm going to be using, on some of these, they have designs on both sides. So for this one, I'm going to be using this side, and on this one, I'm going to be using a different side. And the reason why I'm telling you that is to give you a heads up in case you want to use 2 different backgrounds. You can. And the same on these. On 4, I'm going to use this side, and then on 4, I'm going to use the back side of it. So the only thing that we have to do is this base of the card, as far as getting measurements, which is going to be easy breezy this week. Let's go ahead and get into our scoring. Remember, the blue lines are score lines, red lines are cut lines. So on the 10.5 side, our first line we're going to score, we're going to go up and find 2 5/8 and score it all the way to the bottom. And then our next score line, we're going to go up and find 5 1/4 and then score it all the way to the bottom. And our final one is going to be 7 7/8 of an inch. So we'll go up and find that and then score it all the way to the bottom. Okay, now we're going to turn it, and we're going to be on the short side, which is the 6-inch side. And each of these lines we're going to keep between this score line and this score line. And the score line is 5 1/4 inch long for each one of these. And in Design Space, they're cut lines. You'll just go ahead and do them as cut lines. And if you're going to do it by hand, I score them and then we cut them. So our first line we're going to go up and find, and it's going to be at 1.5 inches, and then we're going to come down to our first score line, which is at 2 5/8 of an inch, and then we're going to score it all the way down to this last score line. And then our next line, it is at 3 inches, so we'll go up and find 3 inches and score it all the way down to our last score line. And then the last one, we'll go up and find 4.5 inches, come down to our score line, and all the way down to the last score line. And that's it, guys. That's all the markings we need for this week. So now that we've finished scoring everything, you can use an X-Acto knife, or if you have a paper cutter, go ahead and use that. I am not the greatest person when it comes to cutting things straight. So the only other thing left to do is get our pieces cut out and any decorations that you want to put on it, and that's it. We're going off to make the card now, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with scoring, folding on my score lines. Now next I'm going to go ahead and glue my pieces on to my ends here. Alright, now that we've gotten that done, we can weave our pieces of paper. It doesn't matter which way you start, just make sure whichever way you do this one, you do that one the opposite way. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to go under, over, and under. And we should have, it looks like that. Now this one, I go under, over, under, and then over. And then we have that. Now, we can fold our card. So we have it like so, and see how it comes up and makes the two pieces like that. That's where we divide it. And then when we pull it out, it comes back. So boop, boop, and then pull out to go back. Isn't that neat? I think I need to score mine a little bit more. So now what we can do is take our pieces that we cut out, and I'm going to place them on the green tabs. Okay, now there we have it. We're finished. Isn't that the neatest? Cute, cute, cute. Okay, now let's go and get this card decorated. And this is what I ended up putting on mine. Just loved how that turned out. And then you have a whole garden scene. I just think it's too cute. But also on the back, we have a place where we can write a message to somebody. And then of course, our little envelope that it can fit inside of. And I showed you the trick on a couple videos ago, but I'll go ahead and link it again in this video. But that's it, guys. I just want to say thanks for crafting with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!